Welcome to Brindavan, a Parthasadi family Samarpanam to our beloved parents, a space for enjoying Vaishnava Sampradaya, slokas, songs, Divya Desams, and much more. Namaskaram Uttama Bhagavatas. Today, Periyazhwar Thirumozhi, Ani Swati, July 5th, 2025. Last year, we had the Divya Desams of the Vadanattu Thirupathi during Periyazhwar Thirumozhi, along with this Periyazhwar. This year, we will go to Chozha Natty Tirupati Divya Desams and sing his pasurams in Periyazhwar Thirumozhi on the Chozha Natty Perumal. We dedicate this to our parents, Rajalakshmi and Srinivasa Iyengar, and Kamala and Seshadri. Our mission of Brindavan will focus on 4 pathways to Vaishnava Pasurams and slokas in Santai form, Pasurams and slokas as music, Divya Kshetrams Mahimai, and classical art forms. Enhancing our focus for better organized Anubhavam, we have launched our own website, brindavanjapam.org. We request people to give us a feedback on the website. Ramanuja Daya Patram Jnana Vairagya Bhushanam Srimad Venkatanathāryam Mande Vedanta Desikam Sri Sailesa Daya Patram Deepatyadi Gunattamam Yatindra Pravanam Mande Ramyajamataram Munim. Our Dandavat Pranams and Dhanyavad to Sriman Gomatam Ramkumar Seshadri Swamin of Lubbock, Texas, and Aravind Narasimharaghavan Swamin of Columbus, Ohio, for teaching us Divya Prabandham with Arthabhavam. Dhanyosmi to Aarti Parthasadi for reciting Periyazhwar Thaniyan along with me. The following organizations have provided a wealth of knowledge on the internet for us to enrich and enjoy, some of which are being used here. Vaishnava Sampradaya, Acharya.org, Anadinam.org, and Prapatti.com. Periyazhwar in his Periyazhwar Thirumozhi has sung on 6 Divya Desams of Chozha Natty Tirupati: Thiruvarangam, Thiruvellarai, Thirupernagar, Koviladi, Thirukudandhai, Thirukannapuram, and Thiruchilthrakootam, which is Chidambaram. We will sing these pasurams and visit these Divya Desams in the same order. Srirangam, Thiruvarangam, Aranganathar Koil is also known as Periya Koil. Perumal is known as Periya Perumal. And it is one of the 8 Swayam Bhakta Kshetras. Swayam is by himself, without anyone building or constructing. Vyakta is appearance. Bhagavan manifested in Srirangam as a Sayana Tirukkolam on his own volition. Other Swayambhakta Kshetras are Thiruvenkadamudiyan of Thiruvengadam, Bhoolaka Swami of Srimushnam, Thotatri Nagunneri Vanamamalai Perumal in Tamil Nadu, Saligram or Salagrama Muktinath temple in Nepal, Pushkar Varahaswami temple in Rajasthan, Naimisharanya in Uttar Pradesh, and Badrinarayana temple in Uttarakhand. These are all the Swayambhakta Kshetra, Ashta Swayambhakta Kshetras. Starting our Chozha Natty Divya Darsanam with Periyazhwar on his Thirunakshatram Ani Swati 2025, we first arrive at Srirangam Aranganathar Kovil. We've already seen that it's a Swayambhakta Kshetra. It is an island town situated between the Kolladam and Kaveri rivers, where the Kaveri splits into 2, Kolladam and Kaveri. It's a huge big complex which is 156 acres and is probably the largest functioning Vaishnavite temple in the whole world. It is constructed in the 3rd century and was destroyed during the invasion of India, which is unfortunate, but the temple has been reconstructed again. There are 7 concentric walls. It's really stunning to see that these concentric walls, which form the prakaram, there are 7 prakarams, they all run to more than 6 miles. So if one walks through these 7 concentric prakarams of Perumal, it is equivalent to walking of 6 miles. It's really very huge. It's humongous. And there are 21 towers or gopurams. There are 4 Rajagopurams and each individual sanctum sanctorum or the deity for each Perumal has their own gopurams. So ultimately they have 21 gopurams. A beautiful place. One day is not really enough to spend through this temple to see all the Sannadhis there. The Rajagopuram arises from a base of around 5,720 square feet and goes up to 237 feet tall, and it progressively becomes smaller and smaller and has about 11 tiers. The South Gopuram was left incomplete and it faces Sri Lanka, and it was completed recently in 1984 by Mukuraya Swami of Ahobraman. There is a 1,000-pillar mandapam called the Ayiram Kal Mandapam. There are actually 953 pillars and it's planned in such a way that it looks like it's like a theatre-like structure, and it is opposite the Sesha Mandapam. Srirangam is also known as Bhooloka Vaikuntam, as Perumal emerged from the Milky Ocean, and Perumal was worshipped by Brahma and then given to Surya Bhagavan, who in turn gave it to the Ikshvaku Vamsam or the Surya Vamsam. So Perumal was the Kuladevata of Lord Rama's Vamsam, and Ranganayaki was given to Vibhishana after the Ramar Pattabhishekam to be taken to Lanka. But the deity stayed back and was unable to move when Vibhishana left it on the ground to go and have his ablutions done for the evening in Kaveri river, and Perumal then stayed back in Srirangam. It is very auspicious that before the installation of the Ramlalla in Ayodhya, our current Prime Minister, Honorable Narendra Modi, visited Srirangam, as Srirangam Perumal was the Kuladevata of Lord Rama. The temple boasts of the largest Garuda as we enter the temple in the seated posture. It is really very stunning to see such a big Garuda. There is a separate Chakratarvar Sannadhi or Sudarsana Sannadhi, which is a very powerful Sannadhi. And Bhagavat Ramanujan spent a lot of time in Srirangam, and his Sariram remains interned inside the great temple precincts. Tirtham. There are several Tirthams or Pushkarni. The Srirangam itself is an island town on both sides covered by or where Kaveri runs. Kaveri river Mata runs. Chandra Pushkarani, Bilva Tirtham, Naval Tirtham, Arasa Tirtham, Punnai Tirtham, Magira Tirtham, Parasa Tirtham, Kadamba Tirtham and Ma Tirtham are several of the Tirthams of Srirangam. The Vimanam of Srirangam is the beautiful Pranavakriti Vimanam. Let us pay our obeisance to Perumal from the Vimanam. Srirangam, which is known as Bhooloka Vaikuntam, is the one that has a maximum number of pasurams. 247 pasurams out of the 4000 pasurams of Alvar's Mangala Sasram. All the Alvars have sung on this Perumal, excepting Madurakavi Alvar, who did not sing about any Perumal other and said that his Acharya, Namalvar, is his Bhagavan only. So, excepting him, all the Alvars have sung. There are a total of 247 pasurams. We will now see the pasurams sung by the various Alvars. Poigai Alvar, Mudal Thiruvandadi, Pasuram number 6, 1 Pasuram. Bhudathalvar, Irandam Thiruvandadi, 4 Pasurams. Peyalvar, Moondram Thiruvandadi, 1 Pasuram. Thirumeshi Alvar, Nanmugan Thiruvandadi, 4 Pasurams. And he also sang about this Perumal in his Thiruchandavartam. Nammalvar, Thiruvarangam, 1 Pasuram. Thiruvaimozhi, 11 Pasurams. Kulasekar Alvar sang in his Perumal Tirumozhi about this Perumal, Srirangam Aranganathar. Periyazhwar sang several pasurams on this Perumal. Andal in Nachya Tirumozhi sings 10 pasurams on Arangan. And eventually Andal goes into the Garbhagraham wanting to marry Perumal as per his divine dream to Periyazhwar and disappears. This happened a few hundred years ago. Tondaradipadi Alvar sings about this Perumal on Thirumalai and Thiruppernagar. Thiruppernagar is something which is sung to wake up Perumal in the morning. He is Mayan and he does not really sleep, but he pretends to sleep. So, waking up is a ritual. So, Thiruppernagar in Srirangam, it is said that when that songs are sung, all the Perumals from all the Divya Desams arrive at Arangam. That is the belief. Thiruppernagar in his Amalanadipiran sings 10 pasurams describing Perumal Padadikesam, or from head to foot he describes Perumal. Thirumangi Alvar sings several pasurams in Periyazhwar. These pasurams are very beautiful. We will see the Periyazhwar pasurams, about 10 of them, how he describes Perumal in Arangam in this Divya Darsanam. We will sing along in the Garbhagraham when we sit to have Perumal Darshanam. We will start with Srirangam, Bhooloka Vaikuntam, where Perumal is at Bhujakasayanam. We can see the Rangaranga Gopuram. Perumal is Moolavan. Ranganayaki sametha Ranganayaki or Perumal, Azhigiya Manavalan in Kidanda Thirukkolam, Bhujagasainam. Thirumukkamandalam is facing south. Utsavar is called Namperumal. Tayar is Ranganayaki Tayar. Perumal is Pratyaksham to Dharmavarma, Ravidharman, Chandran and Vibhishanan. It is called Bhooloka Vaikuntam, Srirangam near Trichy. Perumal is Sri Ranganathan Periperumal. Namperumal Azhigiya Manavalan. And Tayar is Ranganayaki, Sri Ranganachar. Perumal and Tayar have the Sethe Utsavam only one day in the year, which is the Panguni Uttram. And the Vimanam is Pranavakara Vimanam. The river Tirtham is Kaveri and the Pushkarni is Chandra Pushkarni. Perumal Tirumurgamandalam is south facing and his Saina Thirukkolam on Adisesha Saina. And Stalaviksham is Punnemaram. The temple for us Pancharathagamam. And Perumal is Pratyaksham to Dharmavarma and Ravidharman. The nakshatram for Perumal here is Revati. Perumal in Srirangam is Sri Ranganayaki Sametha Ranganayaki. That is a Moolavar. He is in Bhujagasainam. As we said, the Utsavar is Namperumal. We can see the Sudarshanam and have Darshanam of Sudarshana Alvar. And the Chakratalvar in this temple is very big and huge and very powerful. And the Gopuram was recently completed by Azhigiya Bhooloka Vaikuntam Srirangam. As we sit here in this Divya Kshetram, we will recite Periyazhwar Thirumozhi, that is 4.8.1 to 4.8.10. Very beautiful pasurams describing Perumal of Thiruvarangam. Gurumukhamanaditya praha vedan aseshan narapati parikliptam sulkamadatu kamaha swasuram amaravandyam ranganatasya sakshat dvijakulatalakam tam vishnu chittam namami. Minnar tadamadil sool villi puttur ennor kaal sonnar kadar kamalam soodinom முன்னால் கிழியறுத்தான் என்றுரைத்தோம் கீழ்மையினில் சீரும் வழி அறுத்தோம் நெஞ்சமே வந்து பாண்டியன் கொண்டாட பட்டர்பிரான் வந்தான் என்று ஈண்டிய சங்கம் எடுத்தூத வேண்டிய வேதங்களோடு விரைந்து கிழியறுத்தான் பாதங்கள் யாமுடைய பற்று. மாதவத்தோன் புத்திரன் போய் மறிகடல்வாய் மாண்டானை ஓதுவித்த தக்கணையா ஒரு உருவே கொடுத்தான் ஊர் தோதவத்தித் தூய் மறையோர் துறைபடியத் துளும்பி எங்கும் போதில் வைத்த தேன் சொரியும் புனலரங்கம் என்பதுவே. பிறப்பகத்தே மாண்டொழிந்த பிள்ளைகளை நால்வரையும் இறைப்பொழுதில் கொணர்ந்து கொடுத்து ஒருப்படுத்த உரைப்பன் ஊர் மறைப்பெருந்தீ வளர்த்திருப்பார் வரவிருந்தை அளித்திருப்பார் சிறப்புடைய மறையவர் வாழ் திருவரங்கம் என்பதுவே. மருமகன் தன் சந்ததியை உயிர் மீட்டு மைத்துனன்மார் உருமகத்தே வீழாமே குருமுகமாய் காத்தான் ஊர் திருமுகமாய்ச் செங்கமலம் திருநிறமாய்க் கருங்குவளை பொறுமுகமாய் நின்றலரும் புனலரங்கம் என்பதுவே. கூந்தொழுத்தை சிதைகுறப்ப கொடியவள் வாய்க்கடிய சொல்கேட்டு ஈன்றெடுத்த தாயரையும் இராச்சியும் ஆங்கொழிய கான் கொடுத்த நெறி போகி கண்டகரை களைந்தான் ஊர் தேன் தொடுத்த மலர்ச்சோலை Thiruvarangam என்பதுவே. பெருவரங்கள் அவை பற்றி பிழக்கூடிய இராவணனை உருவரங்கப் பொருதழித்து இவ்வுலகினை கண் பெருத்தான் ஓர் குறவரும்பக் கோங்கலர குயில் கூவும் குளிர் பொழில் சோழ் திருவரங்கம் என்பதுவே என் திருமால் சேர்விடமே. கீழ் உலகில் அசுரர்களை கிழங்கிருந்து கிளராமே அழிவிடுத்த அவருடைய கருவழித்த அழிப்பன் ஓர் தாழைமுடலோடு உறிஞ்சி தவள வண்ணப் பொடி அணிந்து யாழினிசை வண்டினங்கள் ஆழம் வைக்கும் அரங்கமே. கொழுப்புடைய செழுங்குருதி கொழிந்திழந்து குமிழ்த்தறிய பிழக்குடைய அசுரர்களை பிடம்படுத்த பெருமான் ஓர் தழுப்பரிய சந்தனங்கள் தடவரைவாய் ஈர்த்து கொண்டு தெழுப்புடைய காவிரி வந்து அடிதொழும் சீரரங்கமே. வல்லையிற்று கேழலுமாய் வாழையிற்று சீயமுமாய் எல்லையில்லாத் தரணையையும் அவனையும் இடந்தான் ஓர் எல்லியம்போது இருஞ்சிறை வண்டு எம்பெருமான் குணம் பாடி மல்லிகை வெண்சங்கூதும் மதில் அரங்கம் என்பதுவே. குன்றாடு கொழுமுகில் போல் குவளைகள் போல் குறைகடல் போல் நின்றாடு கணமயில் போல் நிறமுடைய நெடுமால் ஓர் குன்றோடு பொழில் நுழைந்து கொடியிடையார் முலையணவி மன்றோடு தென்றல் உலாம் மதில் அரங்கம் என்பதுவே. பருவரங்கள் அவை பற்றி படியாலித்து எழுந்தானை செருவரங்கப் பொருதழுத்த திருவாளன் திருப்பதி மேல் திருவரங்கத் தமிழ் மாலை விட்டு சித்தன் விரித்தன கொண்டு இருவரங்கம் எரித்தானை ஏத்த வல்லார் அடியோமே. After Aranganin Divya Darsanam, we come over to the Tayar Sannadhi, Ranganayaki Tayar, Padidanda Patini. There is only one day during Pangani Uttaram when Perumal and Tayar have Serthi Utsavam. Very beautiful Tayar, and we pray our obeisance to Tayar and we go to the next Sannadhi. After having Darshanam of Tayar, when we come out, we see the Nrsimha, the Mettarike singer. Srirangam is very unique, where there are 3 Arige singers or Nrsimhas. Atra Arige singer, which is in the Dashavatar Sannadhi, at the banks of the Kaveri. Then there is Kata Arige singer, which is close to this temple but outside the Ranganayaki temple. Metta Arige singer is within the temple, within the Ranganayaki temple. And it is said that Kambaramayanam was told for the first time here, Arangetrappatadinga. So when this Nrsimha listened to Kambar singing the Kambaramayanam, it is said that he shook his head in acceptance of the Kambaramayanam. What a beautiful thing for Perumal to do, that he shows that he comes in true life and helps people and enjoys when we sing his glory. That's what we are really doing when we sing Alvar Pasurams in various Divya Kshetrams. The next thing we see when we come out of the Tayar Sannadhi is the Dhanvantari Sannadhi. Dhanvantari, this is very unique for this temple. This is the only temple where it has a Dhanvantari Sannadhi. And Dhanvantari, as we all know, is a god of health, and he has a Amrita Kalasam. Very beautiful and powerful Dhanvantari, where we all pray for good health so that we can do Bhagavad Kainkaryam more and more. Bhagavat Ramanuja's Tirumeni or Sannadhi is very unique here, in the sense as Bhagavat Ramanuja's own Tirumeni has been preserved and kept in this Sannadhi for Bhagavatas to come and pray to him as he is alive then. And there are 3 types of Thirumenis which Bhagavan himself approved, Ramanuja approved. Than Uhanda Thirumeni in Sriperumbudur, where he was born, and Tamaruhanda Thirumeni, where it was made by people, by his bhaktas, and Tanana Thirumeni, where he himself is there. He is there in his own bodily form, which is preserved. So we next come here and pray our obeisance to our Acharya, Bhagavat Ramanuja. Ranganayaki temple is very huge with many sannadhis. So we see some of the few sannadhis along with the main Perumal in Bhujangasaina, Srirangam, Arangan, Ranganayaki Tayar, Mettazhige Singer, Dhanvantari and Bhagavat Ramanuja Jagadacharya in this visit. And then we are ready to go to the next Divya Desam, Thiruvellarai with Periyazhwar, saying, Rangaranga un adikir sharan pugundom. And so we start our travel to the next Divya Desam with Periyazhwar. Adiyongal Dasoham for joining us in our Periyazhwar Thirunakshatiram Ani Swati, July 5th, 2025 in our Aranganathar. And now we will travel along with Alvar to our next Divya Desa Yatra, Thiruvellarai. Dhanyosmi and Dasoham from Parthasadi Srinivasan family. Please send your feedback to brindavanjapam@gmail.com for us to make this anubhavam better. Enjoy more Vaishnava anubhavam on www.brindavanjapam.org.